Okay, I will start with the class. If you all are not able to see the board clearly and all, you can tell me. So now this is the 14th problem given to you. You have to find the value of A and B. Okay. So first try to find the left hand limit. So which are the points available? Always the starting and the last point you should not see. Okay. So focus only on the main point over here. So first thing what you have to do is first at x is equal to 0. So that is the only point which is there. So you have to find your left hand limit. So limit x tending to 0 minus f of x. So that will be limit x tending to 0. Now check where is x less than 0. So x is less than 0 over here. Okay. So what you do is substitute the value. So which is the function? This one. So ax square plus 3x square plus bx. Okay. Upon e raised to 6x minus 1. So now you have to try to find a limit. Okay. So denominator, if you see, it should be in the form of e raised to x minus 1 upon x. What is missing at the denominator? X is missing. Okay. So divide numerator and denominator by x. Why? So that it comes in this form, e raised to x minus 1 upon x. So x is missing here. So that's why divide numerator and denominator by x. So when you divide, what it will look? Limit x tending to 0. Okay. Ax square plus 3x square plus bx upon x okay. So I have divided numerator and denominator by x. Next step, this you can balance 6 and 6. But what about this? If you see, if you try to put x as 0, what is going to happen? Directly answer will come in 0 upon 0 form. So what you do, I told you, whenever you substitute and it is turning out to be 0 upon 0 form, you just try to take out x common. So that will be x. If I am taking out common, what will be left inside is ax plus 3x plus b upon x e raised to 6x minus 1 upon x. Okay. So I have taken out x common. Now you can balance. Whatever is where the power should have been here. So which number is missing? 6 is missing. So introduce 6. So balance it with 6. And now write the answer. So when you take out x common, it will cancel with this x. Mute. Whoever is not muted this, please mute. Someone is not muted. Blyden, mute of this app. Okay, so once it's balanced, now substitute. Now I can put the value of x as 0. So this will be 0, 3 into 0 plus b upon, what is the value of this? 1 into 6. So answer will be b upon 6. Okay, so your left hand limit is what? B upon 6. Now try to find the right hand limit. So where was, check in the question where x was greater than 0. Okay. So that was root of ax plus 4 minus 2 upon okay, so this will be a substitution. Now you have to find the limit of this. So the moment you see root sign, you know that you have to rationalize. Okay, so rationalize, multiply numerator and denominator by the same thing but with plus sign in the middle. Those whoever have not muted, please mute. Please check whether you all have muted. Still some of them have not muted their app. Okay, so this will be now rationalized. So limit x tending to 0 so multiply numerator and denominator like this. So this is called rationalization. Okay, why am I doing this? So that I can get rid of the root sign. Now you know that a minus b into a plus b. Okay, I have solved enough of rationalization problems. So by now you should be knowing how to rationalize. So a minus b into a plus b will be limit a square minus b square. Okay. So this was my rationalization part. Now look at this over here. This is a log function, and what is the standard formula? Log of 1 plus x upon x. If you notice, this is 3, okay, not 1. So I told you anytime if there is other than 1, you have to try to make it 1. So already this has been given to you. See, there's one more term, log of 3. So what is log of a minus log of b? Log of a upon b. Okay, so log a minus log b, you'll use formula. So that is log of a upon b. So b will come here. So in the next step, this anyways will cancel square and root. So what you'll get is ax plus 4 minus 4. Okay, and this will be log of A upon B. B came to the denominator. And this will remain like that on the other side. Okay. So ax plus 4 minus 4 upon log of a minus b I used and wrote it as log of a upon b. Now this 4 and 4 will cancel. And what will happen? 3 you give to both the terms. Means what? Divide for both. So 3 upon 3 will be 1 and 6 upon 3 will be 2. Okay. So 3 upon 3 will be 1. So distribute. So limit tending to 0. Numerator will be ax upon log of 3 upon 3 is 1. Same way 6x upon 3. So I will get 2x. And this is the other side only. Okay. Now this is in the form of log of 1 plus x. Denominator what is missing? Upon x. So what you do is divide numerator and denominator by x. And now solve. Now balancing part. This is plus 1 plus. Okay, divide numerator and denominator by x and balance and find the right hand limit. So what you will get is numerator I divided by x, same way denominator also I will divide by x. And now what is this part is at the side only. Now whatever is here should be here. So which number is missing here? 2 is missing. So balance it with 2. Okay. X and x will cancel. So what you will get the final answer? A upon this value is 1. Balancing part was 2. And this now whatever you had carried on, what you have to put? X instead of x you have to put 0. And now calculate. A into 0 will be 0. Root of 4 will be 2. So this will be a upon 2 and this will be 2 plus 2 because root of 4 will be 2 and this 2 plus 2 will be 4. 4 into 2 will give you 8. So your right hand limit is a upon 8. Okay, now you got your left hand limit, right hand limit. Check exactly at 0 how much is given to you. What is f of 0 given? In the question it will be there. So that will be half. So all three answers you got. Left hand limit, right hand limit and x is equal to 0. Now equate all the answers and find the value of a and b. So left hand limit So how much you had got? B upon 6 you had got left hand limit answer. Right hand limit how much you got? A upon 8. And f of 0 is given to you how much? Half. So what you can do? Equate this and this also. All are equal. So equate and find the values of A and B. So first what I will do? Left hand limit. So how to write? Limit x tending to 0 minus. So how much is it? B upon 6 is equal to half. So B will be 6 will go here. B will be 3. We got the value of B. Same way, equate your right hand limit to f of 0. Just that it will be plus here. So A upon 8 is equal to half. So A will be 8 will go here. So A will be 4. Okay, so these were the normal type of problems. Okay, in finding A and B. Okay, so whenever you ask to find A and B, you have to find left hand limit, right hand limit exactly at that point. Equate all the three answers, find A and B. Okay, now new type of problems, but only 4 of them. Only 4 problems on that. That is substitution. This is the last part, substitution type. So the question is, find same thing, find the values of A and B. Okay, even capital letters help. If the function is continuous. Okay, so first one, so I'm giving the question. Okay, just copy the question. Find the values of A and B if the function is continuous. It is e raised to cot of x. Cot it is. This is a cos 2x plus b, and this is 1 plus cos x upon pi minus x the whole square. Okay. By the way, the students, this Zoom, no, it is saying that it will have only 40 minutes. So in another 10 minutes, if it gets disconnected, no, I will send one screenshot. Okay. Again, you can join the meeting using that meeting number. Quickly, then you'll join. In case it disconnects, I'll send you a new meeting number. Okay. Then quickly I'll connect to that. Okay, so I'll find the left hand limit first. Or now you see we have to find the values of a and b. So we have to check the continuity at 2 points. First and the last one not to be considered. So which are the two middle points? Pi by 2. Okay. And pi. So these are the 2 points at which we have to check. At pi by 2 and pi. So for the first point we'll check at pi by 2. So we are checking at x is equal to pi by 2. So limit, left hand limit will find, okay. Limit x tending to pi by 2 minus f of x. Why minus here? Because we are finding left hand limit at pi by 2. Now check where x is less than pi by 2 here. So which function to substitute? This function is to be substituted. So e raised to cot x minus 1 upon pi by 2 minus x. Okay, so I have substituted here. Now we have to find the limit. Now from here onwards will be how to substitute and solve. So first of all, how to know that this is substitution type? If it was some normal function, there would have been only x, okay, this way. But if there is that same, some number is there or some angle is there, minus x, and if you directly try to substitute x as pi by 2, what you will get? Pi by 2 minus pi by 2 will be 0. Okay, so any other than this, if there is any other number or the same number is here, minus x, then you know this is substitution type. So what you have to do in substitution type is, you have to put, okay, this whatever is there at the denominator, that substitution type, equal to t you have to consider. You can use any other letter also. Okay, so I am using the letter t. So this pi by 2 minus x should be equal to t. Now I want to resubstitute here, okay, everything should be in terms of t. So that's why I should know what is the value of x. So what you do, t you bring this side, x you take on the other side. So pi by 2 minus t will be equal to x. Okay, x I have taken that side, t I have brought this side. I want to know what is the value of x for my substitution. So this will be a step. Okay. Now whenever I substitute, everything should be in terms of t next. So even this value should be in terms of t. So what I have to do, I have to check. This way this is a fixed steps. Now x is given as pi by 2. Okay. So what will be the value of t? I want to know. So put x is equal to pi by 2 here and see how much it will be. Pi by 2 minus pi by 2, how much it will be? 0. Okay. So value of t is 0. Now we'll write a question again. But everything should be in terms of t. There should be no x left here. So instead of x, what I will have to write? T tending to 0. Okay. E raised to cot. Instead of x, now what will come? X is how much? Pi by 2 minus t. And what is pi by 2 minus x? T. So if you have noticed, there will be no x in the question. Okay, now everything I wrote in terms of t. Okay. So what I have done is just equated this to t. Then for my substitution, what should be x? So I found out what is x. X is nothing but pi by 2 minus t. Now even the value will get changed of this. So x is pi by 2, then how much is t? So put x as pi by 2 and see t. Okay. And then everything you write back in terms of t. So this will be your main step. Anyone having doubt, then ask in substitution. Now we have to solve the limit. Okay. If you notice, this is some doubt. Anyone having doubt? Okay. Now this was the function given to you. Okay, now if we had actually substituted x as pi by 2, how much you would get? Answer pi by 2 minus pi by 2 would be 0. So it cannot be in the 0 form. I told you denominator can never be 0. So that is why you have to go for substitution type. So what you do, this part should be equated to t, any random letter t. Okay, now I have to write this question again. Everything should be in terms of t. So I want to get rid of that x. So what will happen? I want to know what is the value of x. So what is the value of x? If I bring this side, t, if I bring this side, it will become minus. And minus if you take on that side, it will be plus. So what is the value of x? Pi by 2 minus t. This part is over for substitution. Now even this value I have to change, no? This I cannot write as x is equal to pi by 2. Okay. So that's why I need to know the value of that also. So how much they had given to you? X as pi by 2. But now you want to know what is the value of t. So put x is equal to pi by 2 here and see how much is the value of t. So pi by 2 minus pi by 2 will become how much? Value of t will become 0. So that's why you know that t is 0. And now write the question again, everything. Instead of x, what I have to write? T. How much value I got by putting x as pi by 2? 0. Again, instead of x, what I have to put? This. So if you notice, everything is in terms of t. Okay, so this will be your step. Now this I have to get rid of. Any angle is there, no, in terms of radians and all, always try to get rid of that. What is cot of pi by 2 minus theta? You know that it is nothing but tan theta. I told you, always 90-degree difference. So instead of cot of pi by 2 minus t, what I can write is tan of t. So limit t tending to 0. Instead of cot, it will become tan of t. So this is how you will get the function. So cot of pi by 2 minus theta is nothing but tan of theta. Instead of theta, it is t over there. So just write it as t, tan of t. Still some doubt? I've just used that formula, cot of pi by 2 minus theta is tan theta. Okay.